The following program contains naughty bits.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's haughty booty from the 1990s is Miss Sharon Stone, and I loved her in Total Recall. Oh, yummy, yummy. I'm sorry, Arnie, but we have to admire the stones of Sharon herself. And who can forget, this was directed by Paul Verhoeven.
Fuck you. Sweetheart, be reasonable. After all, we're married.
Consider that a divorce.
If your mansion house needs haunting, just call Rent a Ghost. We got geeks and ghouls and freaks and fools at Rent a Ghost. Hear the Phantom of the Opera sing a haunting melody. No matter what you see, it's just a mystery, but Rent a Ghost. Now, does that intro have anything to do with today's video? No, but I absolutely feel so crazy and wild with desire because watch out, Henry's about, you better watch out cause Cavill's about. Yes, it's another video today regarding Henry Cavill, everybody's favorite Adonis disguised as a geek, but in fact he's really a geek, and when he came out as one, we loved him even more. But interestingly enough, on Twitter today, folks, I did not know about this. But look at this. Henry Cavill was trending, and he's trending hard, folks, because, and as Cinehouse has said here, this man is literally doing everything, but YouTubers told me he was unlikable. That's Grace Randolph. That's her fault. She's a man baby, and she looks like a man. She's got bad breath. She records all of her videos in 720p because that was popular back in 2011, right? But here is Henry Cavill, along with Gary Oldman, Mark Hamill, Andy Serkis, and Gillian Anderson in Squadron 42. What is this game? I've never heard of it. And then I did a bit of research and I had to give you a bit of a deeper dive, folks. So this game apparently had begun about 10 years ago, and it looks like it's getting released next year. And so far, when I saw the footage I'm going to show you is amazing, by the way. But just to sort of bear in mind, folks, that the developers behind this game...
The name's Nukem. Duke Nukem. No, I'm not here to kick ass or chew bubblegum. I'm not here to get even with those alien bastards for shooting up my ride, either. I'm here to tell you to watch Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog. So watch out for him and his babes of the 1980s. Oh, and one more thing. Hail to the king, baby.
Help me!
which is Cloud Imperium, are also responsible for Star Citizen, which began its inception in 2011. This big project, which they have estimated has cost $328 million, making it more expensive than Grand Theft Auto 5, which was estimated to have cost $270 million. So again, while I wouldn't call it a red flag, be aware, but of course when I talk about this particular video for Squadron 42, then you might have a difference of opinion. Now, I've actually been on the website here for cloudimperiumgames.com. I didn't see any ESG or other nonsensical stuff. They describe themselves as a ragtag crew of developers, so maybe they are on the based side of things, but maybe some of you might tell me otherwise because you, my audience, are much more smarter than I am. But let's have a look at this, folks. Now, this was a trailer that was released at least 4 years ago, which is insane to even believe. I don't know why they've called it 8K because this only goes up to 4K anyway. But I'll just show you briefly what this version of Squadron 42 looks like, and then you'll see the updated version after.
There have been battles.
That's Gary Oldman, obviously.
There have been losses. Each and every one of you has proven yourself time
That's
and
John
again.
Rhys Davies. That's Gillian Anderson.
We will not lose the system. We will not fall back.
Full kill. You got a point. Copy that. Tally's on me. Let's say hi.
We will win. Because we have to.
So you've got the bellowing, artistic, actory tones of Gary Oldman, who's no stranger to video games. Obviously, he was one of the goody two-shoes in the original Call of Duty games. I think it was Resnick he played. I might have that character name wrong. But yes, he absolutely killed it in that game.
General Reznov. Yeah. I'm more famous for that than anything else, I tell you.
Gideon! On the ledge! Shoot him!
It's a first-person shooter from the cockpit of a futuristic fighter squadron plane. But honestly, folks, nothing could quite prepare me for this. From IGN, released on October the 22nd, it's gotten some great upvotes here. And as somebody chimed in, this was the most brilliant comment I've seen on this video. They called in the cavalry. If you don't know about Henry Cavill, one of his brothers is a serving army officer. I think he's in the SAS. I might have that bit wrong. So Henry obviously feels a very close tie to anything militaristic, because who can blame him, right? Now, this video, by the way, is 1 hour and 16 minutes. I'm obviously not going to go through all of that in its entirety, but you need to look at these cutscenes, folks, because they're absolutely amazing.
Reaper Squadron. Thanks for joining us. What's your sit rep? In position, holding now. Understood. Stand by for further orders.
It's a work in progress, but I can't see how that's the case, because this looks amazing so far. This is oh, here we go.
Never gets old, does it?
Yeah.
Sir.
Eddies. I used to do the same thing when I was first coming up. Post up to the flight deck whenever I could to watch the launches.
Gillian Anderson ages like a fine wine. Honestly, you can make a movie out of this. You don't even have to make a game at this stage.
Fades up close.
No, sir.
The thing's a beast. Nimble, too.
Yeah, the nose addressing a female officer, that's not a problematic thing. You do that anyway.
Captain McLaren to the bridge. Captain McLaren to the bridge.
Oh my god, here we go. Oh look, Star Citizen, how funny, how ironic that's now a game you can play. Well, can you play it? Who knows? Oh, let's skip you, Star Citizen.
We will win. Because we have to.
So now Gary Oldman's got a goatee and a
We
moustache.
fight today. So in 40 years from now, when you're surrounded by everything and everyone you hold dear, and they ask, what did you do in the Battle of Vega? You can look them in the eye and say,
There's Mark Strong.
I held the line. Men and women of the Second Fleet.
I mean, you've got the breast of the breast when it comes to acting talent from the UK, right? The magnitude of this game looks incredible, actually. But of course, there was one reason, and one reason why I came here, folks. I've got to find old Heza. Where is he?
Navy is not about Orion and right.
Here we go.
Navy is not about piloting the most
Yeah! Heza!
the farthest reaches of the universe, forging connections that will last your entire life, fighting to protect your home and loved ones, or even learning what you're truly capable of. Those are just the perks. I'm Commander Ryan Enright. I fly Navy.
So I believe he's actually putting on an American accent there, actually. If I'm wrong, do let me know, but that's what it comes across to me as. I'm not being funny, but at this stage, can't you just imagine a Rogue Squadron in a Star Wars film when Henry Cavill's in it? That's what that reminds me of. But of course, as that franchise has been destroyed from the ground up by Disney. Why would Henry Cavill even appear as a rogue X-Wing fighter squadron member? Of course he wouldn't. Honestly, they should have just made it a CGI animated movie, right? This would have been far more. I think fans would have loved this. Does look very good though. The cut. I mean, again, I don't know what the budget for this game is, but good grief, man! The amount of time to put into the cutscenes is incredible. Oh, that reminds you of Mass Effect 2, funny enough, at the beginning of that game. No! Oh, one thing I'm going to say about that, right? At least the enemies are challenging. That's what they should be. They shouldn't be an easy put down. They need to put up a bit of a fight. So that was good. Looked a little bit telegraphed, but that's okay. So I'm hoping that if you're playing...
Fire detected.
I'm hoping if you're playing as Henry Cavill that you actually have additional dialogue from the man himself.
Room locking down.
That would make a lot of sense.
Welcome to the Stanton. I'm Eugene Morrow.
I'm Petty Officer.
Okay, she's Petty Officer Patty. What? Okay, maybe have a slightly longer haircut, love. But yeah, it's the military. They have to have crew cuts.
Officer Webster, Chief Mechanic.
This will be your new home.
Hey, slap his thigh with a towel.
Sir, who the hell are you?
I'm your new wingman, sir. The name's...
You want me to learn your name? Live long enough for me to care.
Baron Actual, you're clear to launch.
Launching in 3, 2, 1.
Well, I don't know about you, but that music made me feel very patriotic. Now, I'm hoping it's one of these games that Henry Cavill is in it throughout the entire experience. I would hate for it to be that he's in it for 5 minutes, then he's out again. I would like to think he isn't going to do that.
Feel very self-conscious, but the trick is obviously to lose that self-consciousness and just kind of be yourself with self-consciousness and just kind of be yourself within the space and play the character within the space.
I met Mark Strong. He's a really nice guy. When it was the premiere for Welcome to the Punch, very top dude, look, great guy, got a picture with him, everything. And yeah, and he's got dots in his faces. I know that's for the motion capture, but very, very nice guy. I actually told him as well, you need to do more comedy, dude. And he did, because he's phenomenal in The Guard with Brendan Gleeson and Don Cheadle.
Yes, Sergeant.
I thought only black lads are drug dealers.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thoroughly exhausted after looking at that trailer today for Squadron 42 with a big lineup of amazing actors and actresses. So it remains to be seen how much of Henry Cavill is actually in this game, but honestly, the fact he's been trending like crazy on Twitter X, people getting excited, or have otherwise forgotten about this game, or in my case, I didn't even know it existed. But mind you, Henry Cavill was also, if you remember that thing on social media he posted about maybe 4 or 5 years ago where he's looking at a script and it was hinting it could be Mass Effect, I think very likely it was to do with Squadron 42. But of course, if he does end up being in Mass Effect for BioWare, I would strongly dread that he doesn't even go ahead with that because of the gender ideology nonsense, but who knows, folks. But on that one, if you enjoyed this video today, make sure you give it a like, smash that subscribe button, and if I were you all, and if you were me, you may wish to return for the next video.
Henry,
tell us what your comfort films are and why you chose them.
Okay, comfort films, Lord of the Rings extended.
God, fucking damn, man. How is he so perfect? Oh my god, the extended edition? Oh.